Meanwhile, some residents at the Greeda estates at Teshi in Accra have abandoned their homes, while others have suffered and continue to suffer substantial losses over the past 20 years with no end in sight due to perennial floods in the area. My colleague Nancy Vokane engaged a resident who was badly hit following Saturday's downpour in the capital.
Mr. Dufour's house is the last on a row next to a large water channel, itself partly eroded. One cannot overlook the extent of damage to his home after 20 years of flooding. He narrates his ordeal from the latest downpour.
Mr. Dufour Thomas is a resident here at the Greeda Estates, and you can see that right in front of his house is this drain and the culverts, and the whole area is drenched in water. His gate was ripped off last night during the downpour. His car has been submerged. Mr. Dufour, just tell us, is this house, your house, built on a waterway?
No way at all. No, because the house was built by Greeda many years ago. So there's no way that Greeda will build a house under water. No.
Right. So tell us what happened last night when it rained. Did the water go into the house?
Yes, the house. He rose up to this last step here.
Okay.
You see, but some people pass through the back, through there's a, what do you call it? There's a chamber there, okay, at the back. So the water went through the chamber, then entered the kitchen, and then into the bedrooms.
Okay.
And the hall also.
Where did it rise up to?
This place. You can see the mark there.
Yeah. Right.
You see, but thank God that the wall broke. Otherwise, if the wall did not fall down, I don't know what happened to us in the house.
So that's the wall that.
That's the wall. We did that temporary something to keep the place secure. I can't say how much it cost me to fill the back because you see the water. I mean, the engine is full of water now. The engine. Okay. The engine oil. What coming out of it? This is water. You see it, water. So, and then the battery too, got water. So I cannot know the damage that this water has caused this car. I mean, as we speak now, I can know. See, they are covered all the seas. What is that covered?
How long has this been happening to you?
This problem or this challenge has been over the 20 years now. Almost every night when it rains, I mean, houses here get flooded, including mine. They complain to the assembly. But they don't care.
Have you had any assistance from NADMO ever for the past 20 years?
Not a person.
Next to his house is this abandoned one. The owners gave up and moved out after battling flood water every year for more than 15 years.
This house next to Mr. Dufour, who we just spoke to's house, has been abandoned for a number of years now because of flooding. The owners have left the house to the elements. Mr. Dufour's house has been cut off from the road. The pathway to his house is completely soaked with water, and he lives just near the drain where, right before our eyes, some persons were dumping rubbish and refuse. It looks as if there's no end to the perennial flooding in Accra. Nancy Vokane, TV3 News, Teshi, Greeda Estates.